you come to Tampa and you're a pro, basketball, football, you gotta see these two guys first. One of the liaisons to all the pros out here, Darryl Hepburn and Arias. What are some of the notable names that you guys help?
I've worked with a lot of kids. One of my first, and he's dear to me, is LJ Figueroa, David Jones. Then I've worked with like Kai Jones, Anthony Simons. They're development guys, their team, they're people that got them there. I just somehow, some way was in their path and just pushed them in the back.
As far as some guys that I done pushed through, I got to shout out the Tampa Bay Pro Combine again. I probably got over 10 kids in the NBA, right?
Give me like 3 good names.
Anton Watson was with me from Gonzaga this year. Michael Potter, he went to Wisconsin, been on a 2-way in the NBA for the last 3 years, but he's played significant minutes in the NBA. Then another guy I want to name played at Austin P. Undersized, 6'4", Terry Taylor. He plays like Charles Barkley. He with the Bulls right now. Came to my combine, averaged 18 and 12 at my combine. That led to a summer league invite. The summer league invite led to a training camp invite. Training camp invite led to a 2-way.
Welcome back to another interview on Score Society TV. Before we start, make sure you guys like, subscribe, share. We want to keep getting great guests. Today is nothing short of that. Now listen, if you come to Tampa and you're a pro, and there's basketball, football, you gotta see these two guys first. Today we have special guests, a good friend of mine, one of the liaisons to all the pros out here. Please welcome Darryl Hepburn and Arias. What's up, guys? How you guys feeling?
Great,
Feeling good,
happy
bro.
Happy to be here with you. And
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you for having me, bro.
And I appreciate you guys. You guys have been showing me around town, man, showing me where you guys do business at, showing me some of the guys you do business with. How does this all start, though, man? How does it start as far as you helping pros get to the highest level?
Yeah, I'll take it first, Alex, and then I'll let you pick it back off of it because we pretty much, on the same page with everything we try to do with our guys. But I'm a Tampa native, played high school ball here, played 4 years in college. I was a late bloomer, played Division II ball, got to play 10 years after college. And just going to a small college, man, you got a different route when you go small college. And the things that I do post my career is what I wish I would have had when I played. So, that's the correlation and why I'm so passionate about what I do, because I just know if I had one person like me in my life, I probably could have went further with my career. So that's pretty much how I got into the business. But 10 years overseas, when I retired from playing, got my agent license. But before I retired, I was already getting guys jobs, and I was already doing player development stuff and advising guys and consulting with younger guys and letting them know what to expect and how they should be moving, as far as moving like a pro.
Gotcha.
So I got my agent license when I retired. Did that for about 2 years, and I realized quickly I need to reinvent myself. I don't want to be an agent. I felt like it was a lot of turnover with being an agent. There's no loyalty in that lane. And I would always have, during my recruitment, I would have a great dialogue with players from August all the way up until the season is over. And
Gotcha.
feel really good about signing a guy, and then he go another route. Got tired of losing out that way, and I decided to reinvent myself and more so focus on the player development, management, consulting, advising type thing. Felt like that gave me a longer relationship with players, and I think I'm more valuable to players being in that lane than an agent.
Why is that? Because I have a few guests on the show that talked about the agent part. Why is that the thing, the culture of agent and player in basketball, like the turnover? Why is that? What is some of the stuff that you guys get from the players?
honestly, to take that question, I just think it's the organic relationship that is built in the beginning. If it's a give and give, then you're not really showing the loyalty part, right? So it's just give, no take. And I do think that when it all boils down to it, if you got the talent that way, you're most likely going to lose the talent that way because someone else is going to give them more.
Gotcha.
So that, I think, is the difference, is you've given to get that talent. You didn't grow organically, so therefore there's no passion, no loyalty, nothing. Like there's no family camaraderie, none of that. And then here comes another big air agency is giving them more because you know they can give more because they have more longevity, and you lose the athlete.
Right.
And then also it has changed because the player has become a business.
Yeah.
So the agent before controlled a lot of the business. Now managers find business opportunities that agents are obviously reading and looking over paperwork. So the role of the agent has changed because of the independency of the athlete. Athletes are more independent now. They're more business savvy. They want more for themselves. They have financial planners, this, that, and the third. So the agent's job has diminished over the years.
Right.
And would you say this, Alex, is probably about 4 or 5 agencies that's probably managing 95% of the NBA players, right?
I mean,
probably 4 or 5 of them.
Right.
So,
in the NBA side, for sure.
So think about that, and then think about how many players there are. So, at the end of the day, I think that's the recipe for how disloyal it can be and how there's no loyalty. I've seen, I'm close with some people that's associated with Wasserman Group, which is one of the biggest agencies in the world.
They're out there in LA.
Yeah, and so a great agency. But I remember when, I won't say any names, but I remember when Russell Westbrook fired one of the agents from Wasserman, and this guy's a known guy. And, I saw Rich Paul get fired, Anybody can get fired. If they can get fired, what you think somebody like me can, I can get fired. So, again, going back to what I was originally talking about, I found like I had more value in this lane because I do so much for players, and like Alex say, we pretty much, we thinking ahead with these players when it comes to their brand, their development. And development is on all levels. It's not just on the court. We do a lot of stuff. We tapped in on the mental health side. We tapped in with financial literacy, with banks. We talk to these guys about going through the interview process and what it looks like to be a pro. And I just think offering all those services to my guys through the years, I got a stronger relationship with them, and my phone always ring when they need something.
Yeah.
Now, when they fire an agent, they calling me to get a new one. And, I still found my lane where I can help guys, but I can also be paid for what I do.
Right.
To piggyback off Lanes and how I started, it's exactly, I was truly blessed to have an amazing coaching tree who I've played for. You and I have been best friends for 20 years. We were college teammates. John Peterson, in my opinion. Shout out to JP. In my opinion, still one of the strongest basketball minds ever. But what I admired him more is his organizational skills. He took 12 rambunctious young men from the East Coast into the West Coast where we had nothing there and just molded us. And his organizational skills just taught us how to be organized, or at least, tried to, try to stay in what he had. Then he showed us how, he was a coach. He had his own business. He had his work in the camps. Like, he just had a great mind. And shout out to him. Now he's a regional director of Shoot 360.
Shoot 360,
which is an amazing, amazing basketball facility, a bunch of them across the country. So kind of that's what happened there. I played for Ryan Pannone, big-time coach here in Tampa, worked with a lot of pros. He's now one of the top assistants at University of Alabama, went to the Final Four. Played for him, and then, working under Kenny Gillian, Jordan Fair, and all the Gillian brothers at Team Breakdown, AAU. That gave me a start to be a World Cup head coach. I never thought I'd be the head coach of a World Cup team for the Dominican Republic. So, basically I got blessed, like I said, into the coaching world.
Right.
But like Darryl said, it wasn't my niche. I can coach with the best of them. I know I can at the highest level, but it wasn't my niche. Like I was passionate, but like I wasn't happily passionate about it. So what I did get to work with is high-level athletes, over 40-plus D1 athletes across the board. And I saw, like, the lifespan, and I saw how it went, and I saw how the business was coming in through NIL, name, image, and likeness. That's how I have now my own company with my partner. So I saw all the writing on the wall that this money was coming for these younger athletes, but I didn't want to be a handler or just a guy or
Right.
that's my guy, you know?
Yeah.
I wanted to really show them, like he said, on-court, off-court development, talk to financial planners, talk to financial advisors, stretch your money, even though it's just college money, NIL money, you know, things like that. That fascinated me. And then I got really fascinated with the marketing side and how a kid's brand is so valuable. And then when we teach them that, hey, that brand only is as valuable as long as you play.
Right.
So here comes the player development. Here comes the in-season. Here comes the nutrition, all the healthy stuff, mental health. All that goes into play if you want to grow your money.
Right.
So we're teaching them this now at 16 years old.
Gotcha.
By the time they're 22, they're walking into the NBA as rookies with financial literacy, some guidance, some direction, maybe some investments, a portfolio already, like some of us already have, some of the kids we have.
Right.
So that fascinated me.
So Darryl, you talked about how you was an agent and there was no loyalty. But tell me, what makes you still like want to help though? Like knowing that this can happen at this level too, right?
Yeah.
So what makes you still want to help?
At this level, though, it does happen, but I stay busy because we got guys that want to get better,
Right.
and girls that want to get better, and that's overall. So, but I'm still in it for the love of the game too, man. You know, the love of the game is deep. That's how all three of us connected. Man, Alice connected 3 years ago when I started the Tampa Bay Pro Combine. We from the same city, but we 5 years apart, 6 years apart.
Yeah.
6 years apart. So, you know, I'm a generation ahead of him. So, you know, I left for college. I left and went overseas, and I came back to Tampa full time in about 2017 when I got my agent license.
Right.
So I didn't know him, but we met based on the love of the game. He heard about the Combine. I'm gonna speak a little bit on the Combine too. The Tampa Bay Pro Combine is something, and that's how I met Byron too, the studio that we in right now. He was one of my biggest supporters when I started it.
Shout out to Byron and Trent Simmons.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, shout out.
And again, for the love of the game, you know, for the love of the game. The Combine is something where I know it's something that we're gonna be able to grow and make bigger, but for what we've already done, and I wanna make it better, but I always take the time and say, damn, I'm gonna give myself the flowers because what we did in 2 years to be able to bring 50 players to Tampa and emulate what the Portsmouth Invitational does. You familiar with the Portsmouth Invitational?
Please enlighten me.
Portsmouth Invitational been around for 45 years.
Tradition.
Yeah, it's invite only, 65 seniors, and basically they're sanctioned by the NBA because they've been around so long. So you got the Chicago Combine is invite only, but that's underclassmen and seniors. The Portsmouth Invitational is all seniors. 65 invites, the best players in the country.
Nice.
All 30 NBA teams is there. It's in Portsmouth, Virginia. The Tampa Bay Pro Combine started because of COVID and because the state of Florida remained open during COVID. I saw an opportunity to give players another platform to be seen because COVID, it hurt a lot of players. The Tampa Bay Pro Combine during that time, we can take credit and say we was another avenue for players to be seen when everything was closed down because the Portsmouth Invitational was canceled for 2 years straight.
Wow.
So because the state of Florida was open, we organized the Tampa Bay Pro Combine first year. We brought 50 players down, sent 21 of them to Summer League.
Some good pros out of that group.
6 two-way players from that, and 4 of them is currently in the league from the first year.
Wow.
Second year, we bring in 36 guys because the first year, because of COVID, NBA teams couldn't come, but they engaged with us virtually because we streamed it. So we still had all 30 teams engaged with us the first year, but year 2, the teams actually showed up. So we couldn't get a sanction, but we got the NBA to okay the event because they saw what we did in year 1 and they said, damn, well, we love Tampa. And scouts rather go to Tampa than Portsmouth, Virginia all day, so this might be something.
Yeah.
So I had to change the format up, and scouts can only see 6 players at a time and 12 a day. So we had to make the first 2 days of the Combine half-court only stuff. So we made it all half-court, game situation stuff. We did the testing and all that, but we had 28 teams here in Tampa evaluating our guys. You know what I mean? So we did some things last year, too. I did a regional pro combine at my alma mater, Fairmont State in West Virginia, where we brought in some Tier 3 and Tier 4 players, so like mid-major guys from the MAC, from the Summit League, you know. Had a kid from Miami, Ohio, who led the MAC in scoring. Had a kid from BYU, too. We did that at my alma mater last year. That was successful. Bunch of guys got jobs from it. This year, we put more focus on my pre-draft. And all of these things are tied in. Pre-draft, Tampa Bay Pro Combine, which leads to Summer League. But this year, we put more focus on pre-draft, and I think we probably had at least 15 players come through Tampa this summer.
Let me ask you this, because I'm I interview Evan, interviewing you guys. I'm getting a feeling or the vibe that you guys feel like. Do you feel like Tampa is being slept on? Like you feel like
most definitely
got a lot to offer. If so, if you say yes, why do you think Tampa is slept on?
I mean, when you think of Florida, what do you automatically think of? Be honest.
Oranges.
After oranges, it's South Beach. South Beach.
I think as far as city-wise, yes.
South Beach. You're thinking Miami,
fun
right?
cities.
I thought you was gonna say football.
Well, I was gonna say from a travel standpoint. When you say I'm going down to Florida, are you going to Miami?
Yeah.
Automatically, right?
Yeah.
So here's a problem with that. That stigma has kind of stayed, and Tampa's, this generation, our generation, and the younger generation just kind of got tired of that, in my opinion. That shadow, that shadow of Tampa. Why I say that is because if you go look at the NFL draft, like now it's not only Dade County, Broward County, it's Hillsborough County, got NFL players.
Sarasota County, Pinellas County.
All this now.
That's the Bay Area.
So that's football, right? So now we're here with football. Now here comes basketball. It's because we used to have one or two every year, okay, it didn't look like 7 dudes on one team. That wasn't heard of until I became a high school coach at Osmar Christian. We had 12 top 100s. I mean, 7 top 100, 12 D1 recruits. But they weren't all from Tampa. So what happens? All the Tampa guys are starting to come back. And they've had amazing careers. So we're going to judge it off men lie, women lie, numbers don't. We got some great pros. Like really longevity. Evan, I mean, he's still going.
Yeah.
So we've got some long-term pros. So what does that tell you is we've always had talent here. And it's always been here, and they've always developed right here. And we're proud of saying that we're from here. So our job now is to let the nation know what we are and what we bring to the table. And the only way to do that is to consistently bring the past back to now show everyone, oh, but they did have this. Oh, but they did have that. Oh, but they did have him.
Right.
That's where we at right now.
Gotcha.
And I think it's slept on too, because you got to put these other sports ahead of basketball in Tampa right now. You just have to. You got to take football. You got to take baseball. Baseball. We got a lot of pros in the MLB.
A lot.
Because Tampa is a big Hispanic community. It's a huge Hispanic community in Tampa.
So it's dominated by baseball.
Definitely. And then
Football, then
football, and then volleyball.
Volleyball
is next. We got a lot of Division I volleyball girls out of Tampa. Bunch. Before basketball. So
we got 3 Olympians, by the way. Shout out to the 3 Olympians representing Tampa. Just saying.
That's what's up. We in the public schools in Tampa, because of the culture and because of how slept on we are, even at my alma mater, we just had 2 kids scored over 2,000 points in high school. 0 offers.
Wow.
0. We was instrumental in they journey from sophomores to now, and we still instrumental in what they about to do after high school. They going up to the knapsack, and they gonna play in prep school this year, and they gonna prove that they belong. But again, man, we just trying to push the culture forward with what we doing. Bringing guys like you to the city, speaking on stuff like this. This is helping the culture of basketball. What my guy Byron Johnson doing with the Byron Johnson Foundation and what he doing with this podcast studio, just getting the conversation started. You know what I mean? Bringing awareness. And it's a lot of potential for this city. some Alex just said, bro, we always had athletes here. It's just that the culture is not like it is up north. So when I left Tampa and I went up to the Northeast, where you from, it changed my life.
Yeah.
I was a good high school player here, but when I left here, I got so much better because I went up to the Northeast and y'all culture is better than ours. The coaches are better. You know, the support is better. You know, and then think about it. Y'all play year round.
Yeah, year round.
See,
That's all I know about basketball, year round.
Middle school here, man, is a 5-game season.
And that's
It's 1 month.
Which we're trying to change that, by the way.
And you trying to get kids prepared for high school. See, that's the problem right there.
Yeah.
It starts right there. 6th, 7th, 8th grade, you only playing 5 games, bro.
Wow. And is that all throughout Florida or just Tampa?
That's in this area, Central Florida. I don't know about the rest of the state.
So I've been doing my research. It is a lot of, like, only like South Florida has like a real season. Everyone has that, like just
5
a couple games.
Think about that. So you're trying to change the culture and you're trying to get kids prepared to take basketball serious when they get to high school. How they gonna take it serious playing 5-game seasons, bro?
Wow.
You know?
Yeah.
So, but I feel like everything we doing at House of Athlete, everything we doing with the Tampa Bay Pro
Very nice
Combine.
facility, by the way, if you ever get a chance. House of Athletes is a very nice facility.
Shout out Yo Murph. Shout out my guy Brandon G at House of Athlete.
Amazing place, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Now, you guys work with high-level athletes. So they're getting NIL deals. Tell me, is NIL hurting the athlete or helping the athlete?
All right, I'll be transparent. A lot of the times when we're doing NIL, we're trying to vet the kid before we even get to do business with them, right? Like vet them as in like, how's he gonna take this responsibility? How's he gonna continue to be a student athlete? And then how's he continue to get better at his sport without complacency, right? NIL, first and foremost, let's get it straight. It's not for everybody. I think that misconception is just widely spread that every kid is going to touch money, and that is not true.
Right.
What it is going to give you a chance to do is to learn that sports is a business, and it's going to let you know where you're going to be in that world of business. Are you going to be top dog? Are you going to be, figuring it out?
Right.
So for me, NIL could be a bad thing because of the complacency it shows the kids. So Andre Iguodala had some point when he said that there's no dog in that person if they got it. There's no hunger like that. But then you have some minds that I've noticed when you work with like that 1.2% that make to the NBA, that they want more than that. Like that's what makes them, I guess, elite, right? I don't throw that word around. Elite, that's what makes you elite, is how you have, but you don't have enough.
Right.
That's Kobe, that's LeBron, that's MJ. They had it all, and it still wasn't enough. They needed more. They wanted the next planet. So I have ran into some kids that are, okay, the NIL is cool, but the goal is the league. And that's always good. Then I've had kids that are never going to sniff the league, and this NIL stuff is showing them who they're going to be after post-college or post-basketball.
Right.
So in all, I think if you're going to, and this is not me selling ourselves, right? If you're going to...
Well, you should. Like, wrong
no, I
with
mean, it's our way. So if you respect our way, then it's our way. If you're going to work with a kid that's going to be in NIL, just make sure you do the work that comes behind the money.
Yeah.
Financial literacy. What is the responsibility behind this money? That's the next thing. You are doing business with someone when you do those deals. So there's a commitment from you, and there's a responsibility from you to show up and do your job.
Yeah.
So what I mean by that, these kids are getting NIL money, but there's objectives behind them that they have to fulfill, whether it be appearances, sign-ins, meet and greets, things like that. They are responsible to be there on time, just like a job. So people are seeing all the money. They're not seeing the responsibility the kids are having behind the money.
So it ain't easy. So
it's not easy.
It ain't easy.
It's not easy. That's why it's not going to be for
I want
everyone.
you to think about this, though, guys. So I'm 43. You 30, 39.
39. I was going to say it on camera, but
Yeah, we gonna edit
I'm
this.
39.
We gonna edit it.
I'm proud to be 39. I'm proud 39.
I just want to make the point that because you asked, is it good or bad?
Right.
NIL, right? Mm-hmm. See, to me, I'm thinking about how long we went without.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Think about how long we went without. Players should have been getting paid.
Yeah.
Like universities monetize off players.
Yeah. Absolutely.
The players should get paid. Now, to Alex's point, you need more financial literacy.
Definitely.
You need more
100%.
financial literacy, more than ever.
Definitely.
You know, because at least back in the days, you made that transition from college to pro, and then you start bringing in six figures, and now you got to make sure you're making the right decision with your money. When we was in college, we got a Pell Grant check.
Yeah.
We got $4,000 for the semester.
Man, you got it good. $4,000.
Yeah,
Why we didn't get that?
I did. I got by six one semester.
I remember sunflower seeds was in my nutritional plan. That's all I remember.
But one of Alex's kids, we ain't gonna say no names, 80,000 in 1 month.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
come on, man. Like that's like
different.
so again.
That's next level.
I think it's a good thing when the kid got a good foundation with his family, with a team that's gonna help him manage his career.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great thing. Mm-hmm. Whether you make it as a pro or not, if you do it right in college, now with the way NIL is set up, you can leave college with money for your car paid for and your house.
Good.
It's a great start to your life after college.
I agree.
Yeah,
I totally
so
agree.
it gotta be a good thing. You just
we do something so cool with our guys. Like, that's why probably agents are not our friends like that, but we teach them how to use your own money to put it back in yourself. Like, you don't need someone, I could do this for you, could do that. So our guys actually pay for their own training, their own player development. Believe it or not.
And the agent, what the agent usually do, the agent said they pay for it, and once they get a contract, they take
honestly, I don't know how the agents do it, because like I worked for an agent myself. I learned quickly that wasn't going to be for me.
I can speak on that because I've been an agent and I've paid for pre-drafts. I've paid for training. You got to be ready to lose that money if you're an agent.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
So I was blessed to be in a lottery pre-draft. I had a lottery pick myself. It was awesome, you know. But I saw right there, like, exactly what you're saying, like the financial literacy and the payback and or this and what's that. Honestly, some agents, it goes back to what I said. If you give, you're not going to have an organic relationship with that person. And 9 times out of 10, the gives usually have clauses and stuff in their contract where these kids got to pay stuff back. So, again, that's another thing that we do, and we're really good with our parents, is like telling them, like, I'm not trying to be a car salesman or none of that, but I need you to see what's in fine print. Like, you need to understand that. So a lot of kids don't understand that, though. A lot of kids, they're going to pay my pre-draft, right away. And I'm like, that's in the contract somewhere. You're going to pay it back, buddy.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, things like that, and just kind of learning the do's and don'ts. Honestly, you know what I've learned the most in that world? Because coaching was fun, and I kind of conquered it kind of quick because of, again, the coaching tree I had. But in this world, you know, I'm starting from the bottom kind of, right? Being a fly on the wall has been the best thing ever. Just being a fly on the wall and just letting people talk is probably the best thing you can do.
Absolutely.
In that industry, at least. So I've learned a lot just kind of hearing scenarios and hearing big agencies, small boutique agencies, and how they do stuff and how they don't do stuff, and kind of take that stuff. And shout out to Trevor Harris, another co-founder of Divorce Sports Group with me. That's what we do really well, is kind of take the do's and don'ts and be like, put our niche on it, and be like, you know, and since we're good people, all of us here on this stage are good people, I'm never trying to get over. So literacy is real big for me. Transparency is real big for me. In the agency world, that's not a thing.
And you guys work with to help the brand out so people know, because like you said, you want a lot of people to see this. To keep it interesting, what's some of the notable names that you guys helped as far as like who's in the NBA right now or overseas? This is about 3. You don't got to speak too much into detail. I want people to know y'all brand and let people know y'all serious about what y'all doing.
I mean, on my end, I'm always on the whole, it takes a village, right? I can't per se, it's just me. Never me, I don't do that. But I've worked with a lot of kids, you know, one of my first, and he's dear to me, is LJ Figueroa. He knows that. He's from where my daughters live in their hometown. He played G League Warriors, Lakers, South Bay Lakers, great collegiate career. He was like my first kind of homegrown, right? I coached Jim Montero, big time player overseas. David Jones now with the 76ers.
Yeah. David Jones.
Shout out to DJ. And then I've worked with like Kai Jones with breakdown, Anthony Simons with breakdown. So just a lot of different guys here and there. A lot of Dominicans I've seen either trained or worked out or came to a recruiting thing with, like a Justin Minaya from the Blazers or stuff like that. But all these guys have had their development guys, their team, their people that got them there. I just somehow, some way was in their path and just pushed them in the back a little bit harder.
But you're doing it more so now. So when me and him collabed, and that's what I love about collabs, because when you stay in your lane and you play your role and then I play my role, we can reach the masses and we can do more.
Right. 100%.
So you can take credit the last couple of years for what we've been doing, but as far as some guys that I done pushed through, I got to shout out the Tampa Bay Pro Combine again. And I can go back before that because I've been doing pre-draft since I got my agent license, 2017, 2016.
Right.
And, I've helped guys along the way. You with me for 10 weeks. You going through this process where you, like in boot camp, you reporting for boot camp, and you got your meals, you got the medical team, you got the recovery, you got the strength and conditioning coach, you got the skill work on the court. Taking guys through that process, I've been doing this for a long time. But I don't never trip on the credit. I don't. But I will say for the Tampa Bay Pro Combine, and I'm saying that because guys like Alex can start more so getting his flowers, because the Tampa Bay Pro Combine is something where guys like us, we come together to bring a bunch of kids in, and then these are the kids who not first or second rounders.
Right.
These are kids that's outside of the first or second round.
Gotcha.
And so with the combine, I probably got over 10 kids in the NBA right
Give me like 3 good names for them.
I think I'm gonna give you the most recent one, and that's from my pre-draft. Anton Watson was with me from Gonzaga this year.
Nice.
He was with me for 10 weeks. 6'8", played at Gonzaga all 4 years, from the West Coast. He's from Spokane, Washington. With me for 10 weeks, took him through the process, and that was actually the first guy I've ever got drafted since I've been doing this.
Oh, nice.
So that was huge for me. Another kid I'm gonna name is the guy that Evan was just telling you about, Michael Potter. He went to Wisconsin, been on a 2-way in the NBA for the last 3 years, but he's played significant minutes in the NBA. And now he's playing for Team USA as an alternate.
Yep.
And then another guy I want to name is a mid-major guy. Played at Austin P. If it wasn't for my combine, the kid would have never got seen because he played at Austin P. Undersized, 6'4", Terry Taylor. He plays like Charles Barkley. He with the Bulls right now. 6'4", came to my combine, averaged 18 and 12 at my combine. That led to a summer league invite. The summer league invite led to a training camp invite. Training camp invite led to a 2-way.
Dope.
Yeah.
Well, that's a hell of an accomplishment helping these guys out. And you guys both from Florida, right?
Yep, born and raised here.
So give me your top 5 all-time Florida players, basketball players, man. Y'all can't combine.
Let's do it
them
together.
either.
Just let's do the list.
No, you
But
cannot
my list is
combine
gonna. All right, how about I got an idea?
He's so good at this.
I got an idea.
Yeah, let me do mine first, and then you go.
How about
so
this? You
good.
go your generation, I'll go mine. Because it is two different, because you got some names over there.
No, you're right.
And
So
I don't.
my
like
list-
like Vince, T-Mac, that's your people.
Yeah, my list
I don't
is
have that
gonna
list.
sound like Evans. So I gotta go with T-Mac. I gotta go with, and is this making it to the NBA, or this just Florida basketball players?
I think because this is what I'm saying. NBA.
I'm gonna hit you over the head with my list.
I'm gonna say NBA.
So,
I'm gonna say NBA that way everybody know.
Okay.
It's
All
hard.
right.
It's hard to keep up with.
No, you're right.
Your
Okay,
favorite.
we got some like, okay, all right. So I
Well, let me go real quick.
Yeah,
let me go real quick. Mac, T-Mac,
Shout out Matt.
Vince. Gotta go Vince.
Definitely Vince.
I gotta go Amari. Gotta go Amari for
Killed
what
it
he
at Cypress
did.
Hills,
That's 3. And then I'm
only
gonna
played
give
1
you.
year.
That's all Orlando guys. Now I'm about to give you a Tampa name. Joey Graham.
Joey Graham's tough. Yeah.
Joey Graham is Stevie Graham, my guy who you just met, his twin brother. Started out at UCF, transferred to Oklahoma State. Lottery pick from Tampa. Played about 7 years in the league.
Yeah.
When Kobe had 81, he was one of the guys that caught a lot of those buckets. To be honest, he was. But bro was a dog. 6'7", 225. He was really good. That's my fourth. My fifth, I'm going to say, what's the white kid played at Florida from Castleberry?
Teddy Dupay?
Nah, not Dupay. He didn't make it to the NBA.
Oh, the Bonner? No, Bonner's
You
not
ain't talking about
from
Jason
Florida.
Williams, right?
No, the kid that got the 4-year, $80 million deal from the Rockets.
Oh, Chandler Parsons.
Parsons. Oh, yeah.
Chandler
I got
Parsons
someone bigger
played. Yeah, I'm gonna say Chandler because Chandler played 7-8 years in the league and he made a lot of money and he was really good at Florida. I say Chandler Parsons.
Yeah, he was tough. I like Chandler.
Yeah, he was
That's my five.
Who you got for me, Al?
Top 5. I'm going to go with, these guys all touched the NBA. They didn't have long NBA years, but everyone in basketball knows these guys.
Okay.
So I got to go with Darius Washington.
Tough.
Automatically, you know who that is. Brandon Knight.
Tough. You know.
Kenny Boyan.
Yeah, Evan named Kenny Boyan.
Yeah.
Kenny Boyan was, he won MVP of the big time in Vegas in 8th grade with Melo there. Melo and LeBron in the tournament. He won MVP as 8th grader. Like, it's public. It's public records. D-Wash, Brandon Knight, Boyan. Damn. He took 2 of my names, so I'm trying to replace him right now.
You said Florida.
Yeah.
Not just Tampa.
Yeah, Florida.
Damn, we sleep for not throwing UD in there too, bro.
UD's tough. Udonis is
You
tough.
gotta throw him in there, bro. He played 20 years in the league.
Yeah.
Udonis tough. You gotta throw him in there.
I gotta take
I was
somebody
gonna
out and put him in
say,
there.
I had at. Oh man, now you took 2 of my names. So come back to me. I got 2 names, but so I got D-Wash, Kenny Boyan, Brandon Knight. Oh, Austin Rivers has to be in there.
Yeah. Evan threw him in there.
It's the number 1 mixtape king.
Yeah.
And honestly, people are not gonna say this because he didn't touch the league, but his culture was ridiculous. Just a kid from Lakeland. Y'all remember the Just a Kid?
Who?
I'm just a kid from, and then they used to put their cities in the McDonald's All-American. Corey Sanders. Shout out to Corey Sanders. Y'all not. Listen, if you go and look at the influence going viral and all this social media, Corey Sanders is the first one.
But let me say this real quick.
Hometown hoops.
Alex, but if you're gonna do that, Alex, see, he said touch the league. But if you're gonna do that, I'm gonna just throw one name out there real quick that I gotta say. Desmond Allison from Tampa, Florida.
That was gonna be my name. That was gonna be my number 1 name. I was gonna say, but I'm gonna be honest with you, the most that my eyes have seen, the most talented player gave T-Mac 50 plus was Desmond Allison.
Hey, bro, he went to Kentucky from Tampa.
Shout out to Desi.
Yeah.
He went to Kentucky from Tampa.
And
he wasn't an All-American either.
Yeah.
Averaged 31, 11, and 10 in high school. 6'6", and, bro, he had 25 touchdowns his last year as a receiver in high school, too.
Tough.
25.
I was going to say, he even quit basketball, came back and played football. Like for years. Stopped playing basketball for years and showed up and with pads and started playing professional football.
Yeah.
He was different.
He was different.
He was different. I was going to go back to him because he
so
passed away and didn't get there.
If you're going to say the Lakeland kid, you got to say Desmond Allison, bro.
Yeah, Desmond
And
Allison.
even Teddy Dupay, the kid I brought up, he from Cape
Do you
Coral.
think the names that you're naming, like Teddy Dupay, these guys, NBA talent?
Definitely.
My next question was going to be,
Teddy Dupay.
name one person who should have been in the NBA.
Right.
Now, one of the most complete players that's not in the NBA and probably could still get a stint in a contract right now is Nick Calathis.
I like Nick Calathis. Nick made it.
So
he was in there for a little bit.
So Nick Calathis was the big bro to Chandler Parsons.
Yeah.
So they had 4 over there. It was my boy Joey. He's one of the assistant coaches at FIU. John Roberson went to Texas Tech. Nick Calathis, and then Chandler. They were all at Lake Howell High. And they went to the state championship every year, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior year. Those little boys were tough. And number 1 in the country in 8th grade in AAU. that was a good group.
Yeah.
That was a good group.
So so before we wrap up, let these guys know where they can find you guys, especially for kids who, probably need your help right now. Let them know what social media site.
So my name of my group is Divorce Sports Group. You can find us on Instagram. Literally type in Divorce Sports Group. We're the only one. I usually don't be on the gram like that. I'm not this, mine is private and everything, but you can just find us through there. A lot of people can find me on Twitter as well. My handle is my first and my last name. And honestly, we're only thing we're putting out there is real simple. Is if you need help right now, go with people you can trust, and go with people that got it and have results. That's another big thing. Is like results. So he didn't say some names that I thought he should have said that he helped in the league because I was there the whole process, and it was beautiful how that kid got in. I was with a lottery pick. I don't have to say the name. Like basically, we're gonna be in the trenches. Gotcha. We'll be there. Gotcha. But yeah, you can find me Divorce Sports Group on Instagram.
You can. My personal page is _D Hepburn HEPBURN. The business page is Tampa Bay Pro Combine. And yeah, man, it'll be back in the spring of 2025. We want to make it like a Senior Bowl, and we'll have the game broadcasted, and we're going to do it in a bigger venue than what we normally do it in. So we actually about to hit the road and start recruiting in the next couple of weeks because our process start mid-August, right when school starts back. We like to be on campus with guys. We do the in-season development. We like to be an ally to the coaching staff. We like to be another voice to help with the coaching staff. We go over film with guys. And that's something we about to hit the road with here soon, man. So it's nonstop for us. Took a couple weeks off after Summer League a couple weeks ago, but right back at it in August, and we go from August until March Madness. Guys start rolling into Tampa at the end of March, and that's what we do every year.
So,
and then on my end, we're blasting emails, marketing, getting NIL deals, doing all the off-court and getting the kids' camps ready for the following spring. We do that early, any kids' camps that they're doing in their local towns and stuff like that. We're working with compliance offices, making sure contracts are good, making sure everything is good. We are licensed in different states. A lot of people don't understand you have to be licensed to do NIL. So, a lot of these things we do now. We have to hit the ground running because when pre-draft comes around, we're hands-on too. That's another thing. It's like we can put some shoes on and train and get down too. Yeah. So that's the process now.
You guys are a one-stop shop.
We are a one-stop shop.
All right, man. Well, there you have it, bro. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys coming on the show. Lots of information and very helpful information, by the way. And I think it's vital. It's vital to all the athletes' lives, especially with all the opportunities that's out there. And they just don't know how to navigate through it. I think you guys are pivotal in them areas. So much greatness and grateful.
For the love of the game.
Yeah, bro.
For the love of the game.
We appreciate you, especially over here at Score Society, man. So there you guys have it. Another interview, another amazing interview on Score Society TV. Again, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, let's continue to think elite and together. Welcome to Score Society.